Hey guys, so this is just going to be a quick video to show you how to work up and fasten off your toes and attach them to the body on your big head baby animal chicken. So what I have here is the toe worked up to round 7. Now you're going to lightly stuff the toe. You don't need it too full. You don't want it to stretch out your stitches. Then you're going to bring these 6 stitches down to 4, and it's going to be a little bit tight. So just remember, you want to either insert your finger into the hole to stretch out the stitches so you can see them, or you can use the back of your hook. But you just want to make sure that you're seeing all those stitches. And I'm just going to pause this video because my Australian cattle dog is about to make a bunch of noise. Okay, I am back. She was just about to pull her big bone out of there and knock it around. Okay, so we're going to work down to our 4 stitches. And it's going to be kind of hard to see when you close your toe together, but you just want to pinch it tightly and insert your hook wherever you can so that you get those 2 single crochet that we need, and we also close the toe. You can sort of see there's 2 holes there. Just want to make sure that you stick it through the back of the toe and that you're actually forming a stitch that's going to close the seam of that toe. Okay, and then you're going to pull up. And you want to leave a little bit of a tail because you're going to have to make sure that you secure these tails on the inside of your chicken as you crochet it. Okay, so now we have the body. This is our stitch marker. When we're adding the toes, we want to make sure that the body is facing us, the right side is facing us. So we're going to take our first toe with the right side of the stitch facing us, insert it into the first single crochet and the next stitch on the body, and complete a single crochet. And then we're going to stick it into the second single crochet on the toe and the next stitch on the body. And now our first toe is attached. And we can just we can leave that tail hanging. We can pull it through now, or we can single crochet over it as we add the next toe. So we're going to take the next toe, stick it through the first single crochet that we made, next stitch on the body. And if you can single crochet over the tails, you can go ahead and try to do that, but you're going to have some hanging out anyway because we're attaching from the right side, so not all of the tails are going to be able to be crocheted over. Okay, so I crocheted over the 2 of them there. And then we're going to add our next toe onto the body. Okay, so now all 3 of our toes are attached, and we have some tails here on the inside, and this tail is kind of hanging down there. So we're just going to go ahead and pull up a loop so we don't lose our spot, and pull that tail through to the inside. And then we're going to take our tails, and we're just going to tie them in some knots really tightly because we don't want them to come apart. And you want to make the knot big enough that it's not going to easily poke through a stitch on the body. Like if the toes were to be pulled on, that knot is not going to be able to pull through. Do the same thing for this one. Or you could tie all of the tails together, however you like to do things. You don't have to do it exactly like I do, but you definitely don't want your chicken toes to fall off. Okay. And you will see in the pictures in the pattern, this is pretty much what it is going to look like. But once you start building up your body, all those tails are going to be hidden. And then you're going to go ahead and insert your hook back into that stitch that you pulled up, that loop. And then you're going to work on the body, the number of stitches indicated in the pattern, and then you're going to go ahead and you're going to add the rest of your toes. And what's going to happen is that when the chicken is sitting, it's going to look like a foot. Okay, so it's going to be dangly. But as long as you secure your toes, you can tug on them and they'll be just fine. And you're going to add your tail feathers in the same way. But in the next round, when you add your tail feathers, you're going to be adding 2 tail feathers at the beginning of the round, and then you're going to be adding the last tail feather at the end of the round. And I've made a note about that in the pattern. I'm sorry I don't have my chicken here to show you what it looks like finished because he's found his new home. And I promise you, if you guys can work this chicken pattern up, it is irresistible. If you have any issues, you can shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help. And yeah, so happy crocheting.